Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about composite parallel plate capacitor. Composite parallel plate capacitor. So the composite parallel plate capacitor is one in which the space between the plates is filled with more than one dielectrics. The space between the plates is filled with more than one dielectrics. Consider a composite capacitor space filled with two separate dielectrics for which distance d1, and distance d2. Consider two parallel plate capacitor. The space between these two plates, plate 1 and plate 2, are separated by the dielectric interface, that is the boundary line. Okay, so that is phase 1, and plate 1 to dielectric interface, that is phase 1, and dielectric interface to the second plate is phase 2. That phase 1 distance is d1, that is filled with dielectric permittivity epsilon 1, and the second phase is d2, that is filled with dielectric permittivity epsilon 2. See in this figure, so this is plate 1 and this is the plate 2. So these two plates are separated by the dielectric interface. This is the dielectric interface or boundary, and this is the space 1 and this is the space 2. And space 1 is filled with dielectric permittivity epsilon 1 and space 2 is filled with dielectric permittivity epsilon 2. And cross section area of the plates is capital A, and that is figure A, and figure B is the plate. In figure 1, the dielectric interface is parallel to the plates. The dielectric interface is considered as parallel to the plates. In this figure, the dielectric interface or the boundary is considered as perpendicular to the plates. Here also, the space 1 is filled with permittivity epsilon 1 and space 2 is filled with dielectric permittivity epsilon 2. Those two plates are separated by the distance capital 2 meter. In space 1 and space 2, the electric field intensity E bar, and in space 1, and here the area is A1, here the area is A2. So in this, the surface charge density is rho S1, in this, the surface charge density is rho S2. For the dielectric interface is considered as perpendicular to the plates. So first we are going to discuss about if the dielectric interface is considered parallel to the plates. In that case, Q is the total charge on each plate. The total charge on each plate is capital Q. And E1 bar is the electric field intensity in region 1, and E2 bar is the electric field intensity in region 2. Space 1 and space 2. So both the intensities are uniform. Both the electric field intensities are uniform. So therefore, the uniform potential V1 is equal E1 into D1. So what is the uniform electric field intensity? E is equal to V by D. So therefore, V1 is equal E1 into D1, and in region 2, V2 is equal E2 into D2. Therefore, the total potential V is equal V1 plus V2, and substitute V1 and V2 values here. E1 D1 plus E2 D2, that is considered as equation 1. And we know that according to the boundary conditions, dielectric to dielectric interface, now here the boundary line or the interface is considered parallel to the plates, that is dielectric to dielectric interface. The normal components of the electric flux density is equal to normal component of the electric flux density in region 1 is equal to normal component of the electric flux density in region 2. So that is D normal 1 is equal to D normal 2. So now the D1 is equal to epsilon into E1 and D2 is equal to epsilon 2 into E2 electric flux density, and substitute E1 and E2 values into above expression. Above expression means the total potential V is equal to V1 plus V2 expression, and the charge can exist only on the surface of the conductor. That is, for dielectric to dielectric interface, the electric flux density is equal to surface charge density rho s, and applying these conditions into above expression means this expression, we get the potential V is equal d1 by epsilon 1, E1 is d1 by epsilon 1, E2 is d2 by epsilon 2, that is equal, and dielectric to dielectric interface d1 is equal to rho s and d2 is equal to rho s. Applying that condition into MO expression, we get V is equal rho s by epsilon 1 d1 rho s by epsilon 2 d2, that is equal, for both the terms rho s is common, rho s into d1 by epsilon 1 plus d2 by epsilon 2. So that is the potential V. Next, calculate the capacitance. So the capacitance C is equal to Q by V. So charge Q is equal rho s into A, and potential V is this one, and substitute V value into here, and numerator and denominator surface charge density rho s is cancelled. We get the capacitance C is equal A divided by d1 by epsilon 1 plus d2 by epsilon 2. In the numerator A is coming to the denominator, we get the capacitance C is equal 1 divided by d1 by A epsilon 1 plus d2 by A epsilon 2, and the cross section area of the plate 1 and plate 2 is A. So we know that the value of the parallel plate capacitor C is equal epsilon A by D. So therefore now here d1 by A epsilon 1, that is 1 by C1, d2 by A epsilon 2 is 1 by C2. So C is equal 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2, where C1 is equal epsilon 1 A by D1 and C2 is equal epsilon 2 A by D2. So take the LCM, we get capacitance C is equal C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. So this is the value of the capacitance, and the dielectric interface is considered as parallel to the plates. If the dielectric interface is considered perpendicular to the plates, what is the equivalent capacitance? So if the dielectric interface is considered normal to the plates, in that case, at the boundary, the both electric field intensity E1 and E2 are tangential at the dielectric to dielectric interface. The tangential component of the electric field intensity in region 1 is equal tangential component of the electric field intensity in region 2. So that is E1 is equal, E2 is equal V by D. So we know that d1 is equal to epsilon into E1 and d2 is equal to epsilon 2 into E2. Now here E1 is equal to E2. On the plate charge is divided into two charges, that is area 1. So that is the plate 1. The plate 1 is divided. Now here the dielectric interface is considered normal to the plates. Because of that plate is divided into two charges. So that is area 1 and its charge density is rho s1, and area 2 and its charge density is rho s2. For the dielectric to dielectric interface, the electric flux density is equal to surface charge density. So that is d1 is equal to rho s1 and d2 is equal to rho s2. So therefore, the total charge Q is equal Q1 plus Q2, where Q1 is equal rho s1 into A1 and Q2 is rho s2 into A2, and for dielectric to dielectric interface, rho s1 is equal to d1 and rho s2 is equal to d2, and d1 is equal V by D, d1 is equal to V by D, and d2 is equal V by D. d1 is equal to epsilon E1 is equal to V by D, d2 is equal to V2 by D. So therefore, charge Q is equal epsilon 1 V A1 by D plus epsilon 2 V A2 by D, that is equal V into epsilon A1 by D plus epsilon A2 by D. So therefore, the capacitance C is equal Q by V, and RHS side V is coming to the LHS side Q by V. So that Q by V is the potential capacitance C. Therefore, the capacitance C is equal epsilon 1 A1 by D plus epsilon 2 A2 by D. So that is equal C1 plus C2. If the dielectric interface is considered normal to the plates, the equivalent capacitor C is equal C1 plus C2. Where C1 is equal epsilon A1 by D and C2 is equal epsilon A2 by D.